This is what victory feels like. Oh my God. William Keys. We are here live on That's Good Broncos to discuss me hitting a 30,000 Twitter followers. All right.
Yeah, baby.
Good job, me. Will, 10 Twitter followers away from 1,000. So if you have not...
about 1/30 of the way to you.
Yeah. So follow Will at Guillermo Yaves.
Yeah, I'll update my name up here. So my
But
Twitter.
we do have a come from behind Broncos victory to celebrate tonight for once.
Emphasis on the behind.
Oh my God.
The two butt cheek touchdowns in the fourth quarter.
Butt tutties. Like, how can you ask for more than a butt tutty twice? Oh, I mean, we're gonna get into this. There's going to get into this.
A lot to unpack here, folks.
This episode of That's Good Broncos, you should download the podcast first of all, or subscribe to it on wherever you listen to podcasts, because they're available for your fucking ears. And it's brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app. And if you use code DNVR when you sign up, you're going to get something. $1 to $100 or something. We'll tell you more in a bit. But fuck, Broncos beat the Chargers 31-30. It looked dark, Will. I'm not going to exactly tell everybody what you were texting me during the game.
We'll do it through. We'll keep it very vague, and thus no one can cancel us for this. Okay, I texted Brandon early on after like the third straight 3 and out. The Broncos offense is giving me insert very deadly disease.
Very deadly disease.
And then
that's not current per se.
No, certainly wasn't the coronavirus. Think back a few decades ago, maybe before my time. And as soon as they pulled it out, I just texted you a picture of the face of a very famous athlete who was one of the first prominent figures to survive that disease.
So Will was in a dark place.
I was in a very dark place.
I was in a dark place. I was ready to give up on our Denver Broncos.
You the listener, were in a dark place. Admit it.
Me?
The listener, the viewer.
The listener was in a dark place.
You were in a dark place.
Yeah. I convinced myself it'll be okay when the Broncos lose because I don't have to work as hard on Mondays. So that makes up for the sting a little bit. But, okay. Broncos are down 24-3 shortly after halftime. Nobody thinks they're going to win this game. Their offense is doing nothing. The Pat Shurmur hate was full-fledged on Twitter. I was very proud of everybody shatting on one Pat Shurmur along with me. Drew Lock was playing terrible. The Broncos could not run the ball. They could not move the ball through the passing game. Maybe your first bouts of anger came because on 3rd and 8, they're throwing 4-yard passes that are covered and have no chance to break for anything more than 4 yards. And that became a theme for the entire first half, was 3rd and long. Like the Broncos, it wasn't even just not converting third downs. They were in 3rd and 12, 3rd and 14, 3rd and 15, like every time.
Way behind the 8 ball.
And none of those 3rd down attempts went to the first down marker. So I think we were ready to do an episode about Drew Lock and Pat Shurmur being the worst combo you could dream of ever. And then things start clicking in the second half. Phillip Lindsay busts a 55-yard touchdown. Bryce Callahan saves a touchdown. Although that one-handed Mike Williams touchdown was really impressive.
Yeah.
Then Locke starts finding rhythm. He hits Jerry Jeudy, busts a big play, gets Albert O in the back of the end zone, catches it this time, gets its butt down. That's why Will had 1 cheek equals 2 feet. Then his Deshaun Hamilton breaks free for a touchdown. Then we're like, oh shit, we're back in this game. That's 3 touchdowns, 21 points. Broncos defense holds the Chargers to a field goal, so the Broncos need a touchdown to win it. 2-minute offense, 2-minute drive coming in. They had a little over 2 minutes, so they had a couple timeouts, 2-minute warning. They run it with Melvin Gordon a couple times. We're criticizing Melvin Gordon for being in the game and not Phillip Lindsay. And then Melvin Gordon makes a one-handed grab, gets the first down. Fucking brilliant play. And then they get Broncos get a pass interference call, which we both agree is very legit
call. We would say if it was shady. Brandon Stokely disagrees. That's okay. He's got bad takes.
Uh-oh. Broncos are on the 1-yard line. No time. 1 play. I was like, what is Pat Shurmur going to call here? What are they going to do? Of course, they're not going to run it. Do a little play action inside. Locke rolls out. Defender has to choose between Locke and covering his man, KJ Hamler. He chooses to defend the run with Locke. Locke throws it to KJ Hamler, who also gets his butt in bounds to score the game-tying touchdown. McManus kicks the gooch. They get 31. The Broncos and the Chargers start to fight after that, which made the win even more fucking awesome. And faith is restored in humanity. I recapped the whole game perfectly, I think.
You touched on everything perfectly. I think the only thing that I wish could have gone differently at the end was a referee on the boundary there in the end zone first said that it was incomplete when very, very much complete. And then they had to confer and then call a touchdown, which like I was ready to bust there. And I had ruined it a little bit for a second. And
pinching it off. You basically
it was cruel.
Basically, you take one powerful orgasm and then you split it into 2 mediocre ones, and it's just not as good.
Yeah. I mean, kind of the same with the extra point at the end. You see the uprights, but there's the flag.
There's the flag.
Who's it on? Who's it on? Then they start fighting. I'm like, oh no, are they gonna have to try it from 15 yards away now? That's okay. That's okay. We'll take it.
They delayed our satisfaction twice. Is what you're saying.
They did. Yeah.
And here's something interesting, because if they don't call that play a touchdown, the Broncos don't have any timeouts, so they can't review it, right?
They could have reviewed it.
Could they?
Right? I think
because it wouldn't have been a scoring play, so it wouldn't go into automatic review. What's the rule there?
I think that's an automatic review. I mean, they can't challenge it, but yeah, that should be, of course.
Interesting.
The booth just has to initiate it.
Gotcha.
So yeah, at least they they took some time and made the right call.
They got the right call. That's all that matters. We got IZ Cray super chat. One tiny detail I liked was clock management and timeouts were better. Enjoy that L, Keenan Allen. Yeah, suck it, Keenan Allen.
The clock management, better. Certainly better.
Not perfect,
but better. Hey, we'll take progress.
We'll take progress. When you have no hope for a victory and then you get it, all is right in the world.
Truly, they have snatched victory from the jaws of defeat, while the Chargers snatched defeat from the jaws of victory.
I could not find a single problem with the Broncos right now. I'll tell you that. Will.
No, no, indeed. All right, so my brothers sent me some screenshots from the Chargers subreddit. They do have a subreddit. They're
Ooh.
very upset about this game. I think I'd like to read a few of them.
Yeah, give them to us.
Okay. What's annoying is seeing Drew Lock acting like he's hot shit when he really didn't play all that well. 3 touchdowns in the last 18 minutes. I hope I see him get rocked. Okay. You let that douchebag scrub Drew Lock have a game-winning drive. Yep. Every year, the Broncos get some bullshit free pass with the refs and pull one out of their ass. This is ridiculous. Drew Lock has the most punchable face in the NFL.
Wow, they are bitter right now.
Fuck Drew Lock is so cringe. Watching the donkeys celebrate like they're actually good is the worst part. And then Drew Lock acts like he's the fucking league MVP, which makes this loss even worse.
Oh, sorry. The Broncos quarterback was excited because he won. You know what's cringe is people who say cringe.
Yes. I've given up on cringe since my my 10-year-old autistic cousin at my grandfather's funeral said this is cringe. I was like, all right.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he's
That's
sitting right
funny.
next to me. I was like, yeah, no.
This funeral is cringe, man.
This funeral is fucking cringe.
Oh shit. Okay.
Cringe.
So, Mike Purcell not being there, I noticed a little bit of a difference in the Broncos' ability to be consistent against the run. If I'm picking out something to critique, first half of the game was maybe some of the worst offensive football I've ever seen.
Maybe the worst. I think I got nervous because Kliss tweeted before halftime, like the Broncos have to think about putting in Rippin. And you know when he tweets it, like usually he's heard something or he's got like an inside track on these things. So I was like, oh man, I don't want this. Like I don't think there's any reason to put in Rippin. I don't think it gives us anything in the long term.
No, you got to ride or die with Drew Lock right now.
And you know what? They fucking rode with him, and they rode him to victory.
Yeah, I mean, okay, what
was all you want?
What was your favorite play from the game?
I think it was I love the Deshaun Hamilton touchdown.
The day TD.
It was just it was a perfect seed, and then seeing the much maligned wide receiver, get that crease, see that open field, was nice.
Honestly, like
if Deshaun's gonna play well, we got a chance.
Locke's been the one quarterback to get Deshaun Hamilton involved in the football games, dating back to last year.
He likes him.
I think my favorite play was 2 plays. It was Kareem Jackson murdering AJ Boye, and then Kareem Jackson murdering the Chargers running back like just a few plays later.
Yeah.
I was like, this dude just doesn't care anymore, and he is going in for the kill every time. And it obviously really sucks that he knocked AJ Boye out of the game. But
Kareem Jackson saw AJ Boye getting torched on every single play and was like, it's time to do something about this.
Jackson was like, bring Bosby back. Oh, fuck. I didn't think that one through. Ooh.
It worked out. Hopefully he's okay. That was a little Steve Atwater-ish. Yeah, Kareem Jackson was playing a little reckless, but I guess you kind of need that energy when it felt like the defense was – they score that quick touchdown with Deshaun Hamilton, and the Chargers just start gashing them right up the middle with Justin Jackson and then Pope, and it felt like you're like, oh, this is classic Broncos. Like just when the offense starts clicking, the defense is going to let down, and they held them. They held them to a field goal, and by God, they had the touchdown and then the 2-minute warning, and it worked out.
Yeah, that holding them to a field goal, obviously that was huge there. Yo, who the fuck is Troy Maine Pope?
He's from Jacksonville State. You don't know Troy Maine?
I don't know Troy Maine. I like his name. I'm gonna have. Oh yeah, Troy Maine Pope and Jalen Guyton. Two guys.
Jalen Guyton's been actually pretty good this year.
Yeah, he's had big touchdown last week.
Yeah, Mike Williams always finds a way to do that to us. I mean, people who really think Keenan Allen's a better wide receiver than Mike Williams, like, they don't watch Chargers games.
No, honestly,
crazy.
Like, my prediction episode probably was one of my two big things I said were Mike Williams is usually the problem for the Broncos. He worries me more in this game than anyone else. That was true. And Mike Purcell being out is going to be an issue. Also true. Did I predict the Broncos offense would play the worst half of football I've ever seen? Yeah, but you're not going to go back and watch that episode and call me out on it. So
you predicted the final score would be 31-30.
I said 31-30. I said Drew Lock 3 touchdowns. He would have less picks than Justin Herbert. Yeah, that was frustrating. Okay, Justin Simmons makes a nice interception early on, has the Broncos at the 15 or some shit, and they do nothing. Nothing. Yeah, they went the wrong way. Luckily, Brandon McManus got, the field goal there. And it looked like the Broncos wouldn't score again unless they got the ball in the red zone and went 3 and out, and then McManus kicked more field goals. Like, that's how dire things looked. Also, Josie Jewell was laying some hits out in the first half too.
He's playing pretty well. I don't know if he was like whiffing in the run game at all because the run defense was a little lackluster, but he definitely showed up a few times.
Yeah, there was also that when the Chargers ran that reverse, that was a throw from Keenan Allen to
Jackson, right?
Was it Jackson running, and osteoporosis bus driver was in coverage, but he was just running towards him and the ball was short, so it bounced off his back. So it was a perfectly well defended pass, but just an accidental one. I thought very, very funny play. Let's see, we got, what's this guy telling me? Oh my God, Perna, I'll buy you a baby McLaren if you stop with the shock value shit. What does that mean? Shock value? What are you talking about?
The hell? This isn't 104.3 The Fan.
Yeah, what did I say that's shock value?
Take your McLaren and you drive it off.
Give me a McLaren and I will do whatever you want. You know how I could actually afford a McLaren? Is if I use all my money and turn it into more money with DraftKings. The season is in full swing, guys, and the action is still unfolding. So head over to DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app. With so many storylines, both professional and collegiate, it's time to check out DraftKings Sportsbook. Celebrate watching football, my friends, by betting on it. Additionally, DraftKings Sportsbook is giving all new users the chance to receive a sign-up bonus of up to $1,000. And to top off the great sign-up offers, DraftKings offers great odds boost every Sunday to help make it rain, just like a cloud. DraftKings is safe, it is reliable, and secure. So download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app now with code DNVR. Our friends at DNVR, that's their name, that's the code. It's an easy way to remember what the code is. So, again, you can turn $1 into $100 if you win when you sign up with the new code. $1 to $100, DNVR for a limited time, must be 21 years or older, Colorado only. Bonuses comprised of a first-time deposit bonus, a first bet match, each up to $500. Deposit bonus requires 25 times playthrough. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700. I'm done, Will.
You did it. $1,000.
Yep. I need you to get back in this shit with me. We've got a super chat. Us Brandons have to support one another. Admiral Twitchy, $5.01. Thank you, Admiral. We do got to support each other. Just like Justin Herbert's got to throw picks to Justin Simmons. That's Justin supporting a Justin there. Trevor Price, can't stay for the whole stream. Got to say, huge win for the Broncos. Offense came together in the second half. Hopefully the defense is happy now. Go Broncos. Yeah, the defense was frustrated with the Broncos offense last week. No shit. That's been the story every year.
Understandably so.
But this game is a nice bounce back for that. This has got to be the best feeling win for the Broncos this season, right?
Oh, yeah. Can't get first win. It's the Jets. It was a nice win, but it's the Jets. Patriots, it was like, oh, wow. We played kind of shitty, but, we hung on there. Almost blew that one. This one, just full comeback mode.
Full comeback mode.
Where do you think this ranks in terms of comebacks that, like, you and I have been around for?
Good question.
So we got the 24-point Monday night Chargers game.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I don't even think it's the best Broncos-Chargers comeback. Wait, was that the exact same score, 24-3, 24-3 in both of those games when Manning?
No, it was 21-0.
21-0?
24-0 in that game.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that game was awesome because Manning just dissected the Chargers in the second half. It's like a goddamn surgeon. Yeah. This one, though, the way the Broncos won, last second touchdown to KJ Hamler, like in terms of excitement, this one's hard to top. I'm going to say this is going to do for Drew Lock what the drive did for John Elway.
That's a real thing. Sometimes this kind of stuff can be like a turning point for quarterbacks.
Yeah, it has to be for Drew Lock.
Signature moment.
Yeah, you got to build on this momentum.
If you give him enough confidence to carry over into Atlanta, it'll be big. Broncos are already 4.5-point underdogs at the Falcons next week.
Oh, wow. Against Atlanta? The team even worse at blowing leads than the Chargers? Wow. We got Powtown 56. What did you think about the Callahan interception in the end zone?
Save the game.
Yeah, clutch. Did he rip that out of Mike Williams' hands?
Yeah, I think I think so. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, I think he had it bounce off of his helmet a little bit and then just kind of took it away.
Came down with it.
Bryce Callahan's been real good.
Okay, the Glitch Explorer, $5 super chat. Chargers fan here, kind of want to throw up, choke just as much as the Falcons, just in a closer gonna. Yeah, if you're a Chargers fan,
it's tough.
That loss stings. I tried to get my buddy who's a Chargers fan to come on the podcast. He refused. So, yeah, I get it. That is the worst way to lose a game. Absolutely the worst way to lose the game. Because you get a pass interference call, which if you're a fan, you're just going to hate. So there's one chance, and you let the team throw a touchdown on you. A 1-yard touchdown. The guy who hadn't thrown a touchdown since week 1, Drew Lock, throws 3 in the second half to beat you. And
That's
the
right.
Chargers, I mean, they, as you can see by the thing on the screen right now, except for yards per play, they had more total yards, some more passing yards, more rushing yards. They had 28 first downs to Denver 17. They're more efficient on, well, they're about the same on third down. Sack similar. Broncos had that punt. The the Sam Martin punt that went out right over the pylon was such a good punt.
That was a touchback, right?
They called it a touchback, but I
Yeah.
think when it's that close, you give the guy the fucking coffin corner. Like, he bounced it right at the goal line. It shot straight over sideways, but just barely went over that pylon. So maybe another thing we haven't talked about, Broncos special teams played a little bit better.
Yeah, they gave up one pretty sizable return. I thought they were kind of behind the 8 ball there on that last drive because Tyree Cleveland took it out of the end zone.
Oh, yeah.
25, gave him a few more seconds and returned it out to the 18. I get it. Like, you got to make a play there, but I think if you're the backup returner, that in that big of a situation, just take a knee.
Yeah, the special teams coach got to be like, just let it go through the end zone. Give them the 25. Don't waste any. Yeah, because even if you score a touchdown there, the opposing team's got over 2 minutes to answer with the field goal to win it. So you and I could coach special teams, is what we're saying.
Easily. You just you're on punt team, you just snap the ball, you count to 4, and then you go run and tackle a guy. And you're supposed to stay in your lane, I guess. Pretty simple.
Yep. Stay in your lane.
Field goal.
Man your gunners and return your returners. All right, we got Otto Bismarck, Super Chat. I already know at least one 104.3 host, probably D-Mac or Stokely, is going to say some ignorant crap about Drew Lock on Monday. I think there's going to be a lot of criticism of Drew Lock that's fair, but when you come back to get the win and you do it the way Drew did, I'm almost more impressed with a guy who can play as shitty as Drew Lock did for one half and then win a game.
Turn it on. Oh, man. My favorite part, I think, too, because of the Deshaun Hamilton touchdown. The reason I liked it so much, they cut to Drew Lock doing the most subtle finger guns of all time. It felt like he really just wasn't he wasn't too high or too low. It looked like he was about to start yelling at someone after their last 3-and-out drive. But
yeah, maybe. He looked frustrated.
Getting sacked one of those times. He looks like he's about to lose it, and then everything changes. Phil breaks that touchdown, and different game, different season, could be a different career trajectory.
God help the Broncos if they ever get off to a fast start in a game.
Yeah, imagine if they score a touchdown on the opening possession of the game.
If you could
Super Bowl.
Yeah. All right, so Jason Sajulin, Super Chat. Sajulon. Glad the Broncos got the win over the Chargers. Love your channel. Keep up the good work. Jason, damn it, I will. Ryan B, as a Chargers fan, this is proof it wasn't all Rivers' fault all these years. It wasn't all his fault, but I mean, when was Herbert's interception? Was that the third or fourth quarter?
That was in the third quarter.
So not a Rivers timing wise type interception.
Yeah, no, it was a little too early for that. The first one was I think it was a nice play by Simmons. I understand I don't think that was a Rivers interception though. Rivers usually throws it late over the middle or something. But Herbert was, I understand the instinct to just throw a jump ball there to Mike Williams because it's worked out most of the time.
Yeah.
Nice play by Bryce Callahan.
It was probably Justin Herbert's worst game of the season so far. I feel like he had a stretch from close to the end of the second quarter through the first part of the third where he was on fire. He looked great. But early on, the Broncos defense, I felt like was giving him problems. He was under pressure and not doing what he's done under pressure most of the season, which is play really well. the game, because the game was very close. As bad as the Broncos were playing, it was 3-0 for a while, and then the Chargers were up 7-3, and you're like, okay, we're going to go into halftime 7-3, and then the Broncos go 3-and-out again.
Yeah.
And the Chargers have all this time, and then they end up scoring another touchdown right before half, and then you're like, oh,
that's why you want the ball at the beginning of the game to avoid situations, or you want to kick at the beginning of the game to avoid situations like that.
Yeah, because then after the half, Chargers have the ball. They do kind of like their longest scoring drive of the game, get in the end zone. They're up 21-3. Then they get a field goal. It's 24-3. And then the comeback started.
Can we talk about one thing, though, too, that I think some of the players are upset about, which was all the booing?
Oh.
There are 5,700 fans there, and you can clearly hear all the booing.
You could hear the booing
through TV with like a tiny fraction of the stadium open to fans. I think at the time that they were booing, they had every right to do that.
Yeah, I feel like I'm usually a pretty anti-booing guy.
Yeah, depending on how it's going, you know.
It's been not just this season either. It's like a couple years in the making. But yeah, I would have been. I don't know if I would have booed if I was there. I like to believe I'm above booing in public settings.
I was booing at my TV.
Yeah, I'll boo at home. I mean,
it feels more personal with fewer people there, doesn't it? Feels like it stings a little bit more. It's like you can just see every single person like making the boo face with their mouths, you know. And they're not; those guys are not saying boo earns.
Not saying boo earns.
Not saying boo earns.
Here we go.
Saying boo earns.
Corey Johnson, when you say worst game, do you mean his performance was bad or he was worse statistically? A QB can play better against a good defense, but be worse statistically because the coverage is perfect. I say he just wasn't as good as he was in the other games I've seen.
Herbert? Yeah, I mean, if you want to think about it, like he was really, really good for 3 straight drives.
Yeah.
And then they ran the ball a lot late in the game and didn't give Herbert an opportunity to either win it or lose it for him, which I think is a fair strategy when you're up, 3 touchdowns. But yeah, it felt like they could have.
Yeah, the Broncos defense is good, and it's kind of underrated because the Broncos have been not good this season, maybe like on a national level or whatever. But, and yeah, you can say the Broncos defense played just better against him, but I just felt like early on he was not on. But that got overshadowed because I was just so pissed that the Broncos were so bad early on in this game. Okay, has OC made it too easy? Has OCR? No. Yeah, Pat Shurmur, I was ready to fire him. Somebody said that Fangio stopped interfering with what Shurmur wanted to do after halftime. I don't believe that.
Did that explain the broken nose or the Band-Aid on
the yeah.
Because, look, he came out in the second half, no glasses, and a Band-Aid on his nose.
Yeah, I think Ryan Green tweeted
the glasses and sliced the nose open a little bit. Who punched him?
Yeah, I think
Shelby
Noah Fant ran into him on the sideline.
That's why he wasn't in there for the last play from the 18.
Damn right. Noah Fant doesn't get the final shot because he trucked into Vic Fangio.
Look, it worked. I think it technically counts as elder abuse, but
what has you feeling most optimistic heading into next week against the Falcons?
Oh, just the kind of like the confidence that something like that gives you. Like, I think that's a serious momentum booster, and momentum does not equal a good team because eventually that fades away, and you have to rely on the principles and the fundamentals of your team. But I don't think they're as bad as they played in the first half, and they're not as good as they were in the fourth quarter. But I think this will reset Locke, and it's going to change the locks, so to speak.
They can get
Yeah,
some.
I think this will get them in a groove.
Yeah, maybe they win some games we didn't think they would win about 3 hours ago. 3 hours ago, we didn't think they were going to maybe win any more games this season. Now they might beat the Falcons next week.
They might not.
I think also should be noted, like Mike Munchak wasn't there. Ed Donatel wasn't there. So your defensive coordinator, your offensive line coach, both out with COVID shit. Your right guard is not in there. And you're playing your first full game without Mike Purcell. I mean, that's been the story for the Broncos all season, is just every week there's these obstacles they got to overcome on top of like us trying to figure out whether Drew Lock's the quarterback going forward or if they're a good team. So they've just a lot of actual football adversity, like not weird outside shit happening, just like unfortunate injuries or all this stuff, like not an easy year for the Broncos. So I'm feeling good that they were able to overcome those this week against a decent Chargers team. Yes, the Chargers had only won 2 games, but they had looked good in all their losses, where the Broncos have.
Well,
early on against, I guess, Tennessee and
Steve, good in all their losses.
That's true. That's true.
We'll
Herbert looked good in their losses, but yeah. So I'm kind of I'm just gonna be optimistic about the team as a whole, probably for the first time, and maybe we see against an Atlanta team that you can throw the ball on. Drew Lock has another good day next week.
Let's hope so. Let's hope. He's probably played in that stadium before. I don't know. Kind of grasping for straws here, but it's nice to get a week of good positive takes.
There we go. Feels good to win. Thank you guys for listening. We're getting the fuck out of here. We'll have the Broncos recap up on That's Good Sports tomorrow night after our best and worst goes up.
My 1,000th follower on Twitter gets a signed LaCroix tweet.
Oh, yeah. Go follow Will at Guillermo Yaves on Twitter. Get Will to 1,000. Or he gets fired.
Or I am execute.
Good night. And good luck.
And good luck.
Beat you.